The Yugoslav Federal Army approaching the village of Kostanica, which has already changed hands twice. Today there's a very uneasy peace. Neither Serbs nor Croatians wanting to be accused of firing the shots which lead to all-out civil war. Croatia's president, Franjo Tudjman, is a man under pressure, trying to avoid war but unwilling to offer Serbs the territory they seek. Now he's admitting outright conflict looks inevitable.
We shall not hesitate to call to arms the entire Croatian population to stop them if necessary, to resist aggression against Croatia with their bare hands if necessary.
The EC Troika's mission was Croatia's last chance for peace. After talks with the Serbian President Slobodan Milosevic, the effort failed, and Croatia immediately started preparing its population for the worst. This propaganda film is being shown on Croatian television, and it's evidently designed to reassure the local population that they can rely on the strength of their National Guard to meet the challenge ahead. The images are of a force designed to meet all emergencies with flexibility and strength. But many Croatians are worried that their own army is no match for the opposition. Here in Samobor, a prosperous but sleepy town, well away from the front line, the Croatian flag hangs from almost every house. On the surface, people look relaxed, but everyone we spoke to thought war could easily spread here.
The people has not arms enough. That's terrible. And the army is on the side of the terrorists. That's all. But we would like to have peace. We are afraid, we are sad. That's the situation.
People here may be worried, but everyone's fiercely nationalistic, and there's no desire for compromise on independence for Croatia or more territorial concessions for the Serbs. What should President Tudjman do?
Maybe he should buy more weapons rather than write all those petitions.
Already Croatia's public buildings are being turned over to refugees, forced to flee the fighting. At this centre, there's an air of sadness. Families hanging around aimlessly, still in a state of shock. The fighting here is affecting rich and poor alike. Marian Zibar was a successful businessman and property owner, but he had to abandon it all when friends told him he was on the Serbs' list of prominent Croatians to be liquidated.
I used
to have more Serbian than Croatian friends. 90% of them were Serbian. But after all that happens, after all their brutality, we have nothing to talk about. I can't even try to talk to them. I don't know how I talk to them.
In theory, the role of the predominantly Serbian Yugoslav Federal Army is to keep the peace between the two sides. But Croatians allege that it's far from impartial and is giving help to the other side. And there's increasing evidence to show that in certain areas this is true. The Yugoslav national flag marks the start of the self-proclaimed autonomous province of Krajina, the largest Serbian enclave in Croatia. Locals here report fighting every night and say that if it wasn't for the presence of the army, they'd be dead. What people here want is to go back to how it was before Croatia began moves towards independence, when everyone was part of Yugoslavia.
Everything is crazy now when I can't go and work on the land because I'm afraid I'll be killed. You know, it's terrible.
50% of Croatia's Serbs live here in Krajina, whose independence isn't recognized by Croatia. It's a predominantly poor agricultural region of the country. And here in the capital, Knin, a town of about 20,000 people, Krajina has established its own government, army and police force. Krajina's Croatia's own radio station, Radio Knin, is broadcasting offers of shelter to Serbs living in other parts of Croatia, worried about being caught on the wrong side. One sign of preparation for conflict ahead.
If it's not possible to compromise now, I think a settlement will come in the end. The war is developing now, and the federal army is getting more openly involved. Serbs in Croatia and Serbs in Krajina are on the side of the federal army, and most of the army is Serb. War with the Croatian police and army is inevitable.
And this weekend there were secret meetings between federal army chiefs and Krajina's political leaders, which we learnt were drawing up final plans for war. The view then on both sides is that Yugoslavia has passed the point of no return. War, however tragic to the people and to the country, seems to be inevitable. Liz Donnelly, ITN, Croatia.
Lawyers acting for Winston Silcott discovered that the 7th and final page of his police statement was missing when they sought permission to carry out forensic tests on police documents.
We don't know what's happened to the document. We received assurances over a long period of time that all the documents would be safe. We're very disturbed that it's now missing.